Vale, voy a ir poniendo ya mi cam. Disculpad si os he asustado. Esta escena mejor. Y dadme un momento, voy a estar unos minutos en silencio porque estoy configurando una cosa. Que acabo de venir de casa, he salido un momento y me ha dado tiempo justo para iniciar stream y volver a disfrutar de otra conferencia más. Esta en teoría son 90 minutos, así que voy a intentar editar lo que os he dicho, configurar mejor dicho, lo que os he comentado para estar ready y disfrutar esto bien. 4 minutos. A ver si me da tiempo a hacer la intro y demás. Vale, esto por aquí. Te ha dado tiempo a sacar a la perrita y a cenar. Ahí está. Ahí está. 3 minutos. Debería hacer la intro ya. Venga, vamos, rápido, por favor. Que me dé tiempo, por favor. Vale. Voy a ver si puedo empezar directo en TikTok también, ya que estamos. Ay. Pues yo hoy acabo de probar, señor Lee, antes de salir de casa un momento, he probado por primera vez una arepa que no sabía ni lo que era y lo he probado y está buenísimo. Buenísimo. Vale. Conferencia en directo. Ok. Vamos a poner aquí otros. Ahí está. ¿Vale? Por aquí estamos también. Muy buenas, ¿cómo estamos? Hoy vamos a reaccionar a Future Game Show, la conferencia de Future Games. Recientemente hemos visto el bombazo de Resident Evil 9 y aquí espero también, no sé si un bombazo igual o a la altura, pero espero un juego tocho, la verdad. Solo nos queda un minuto para saberlo, así que vamos a esperar y que la espera merezca la pena. ¿Qué es la arepa? Es como carne, luego había como una masa parecida a pan. Estaba muy bueno, no sé ni lo que es, pero me lo he comido sin pensármelo. Vale, la carne no es la arepa es el pan, es como una masa. Mira, te muestro aquí una imagen. Es como... Es que no sabría decirte. Como tortilla, pero con pan. Es difícil comentarte lo que es. Le he echado una foto, pero no ha salido muy chula la foto, así que lo subiré a IG, a ver. Vale, está muy fuerte. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Se viene. Empieza fuerte, por Dios. Empieza fuerte. Ojo.
Please welcome your hosts, Laura Bailey and Matt Mercer.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Future Game Show Summer Showcase. My name is Laura Bailey, though you probably know me best as Abby Anderson in The Last of Us Part 2, or as one of the cast members from Critical Role.
Indeed. And I'm Matt Mercer, the man behind many video game chaos merchants, such as Like a Dragon's Mad Dog Majima and Ganondorf from Tears of the Kingdom. But if it's a Thursday night, I also moonlight as Critical Role's debonair dungeon master, where Laura tries her best to test the very limits of my abilities and sanity.
And you love it. But we're here today joining forces for a very different reason. Exclusive video game trailers, and lots of them.
Indeed, and like a
No, señor,
whole
lo
bunch
he
of world
comprobado y no,
premieres,
no tiene.
deep dives, and developer
Al ser en
presentations.
directo no hay.
It's frankly an irresponsible amount of video game news that will be beamed directly into your brains for the next 90 minutes, so buckle up.
Don't make it sound so
90
scary.
minutos de
This is
conferencia,
going to
no
be
sé si lo he
fun.
comentado.
Just keep in mind that if you want to wishlist any of the cool games in today's show, then you can head to the dedicated
sea, saco.
Future Game Show's Steam page.
Indeed, and once the show's over, there'll be plenty of follow-up coverage on GamesRadar.com and the Future Game Show YouTube channel.
Well, I think that's all of the housekeeping out of the way. So let's kick things off with our very first world premiere.
World Premiere. A ver, que sea bueno. Que sea bueno.
Zafar, pull up NavTech.
Just a sec. Got it.
Taki. We gonna find out about your Kopang right quick, okay?
Just want to do him justice. Stuck his neck out for us.
La cinemática se ve
This,
de
get him out
locos.
alive.
Eso sí.
We've got big enough guns to make justice, all right.
Oh, Michael. To a man with a hammer, just about everything looks like a nail.
Aim for show. Time to say oh yeah with our hammer.
Missile range in 1 minute.
Ahora sí lo puedo decir. Tremenda nave. Guerra intergaláctica.
Zafar, did you get a signal?
After the large
Qué guapa esa animación, ¿eh? Se choca los pies y se quita
before our arrival.
la propulsión en los pies.
those guys first.
Y vuelve a tener gravedad. Boom headshot.
In Yelota. They never look up. Zafar, you were right. They shut down the site.
Uy, uy, uy.
Hold on, I'm coming! I'll cover you. The bird up high shall be thine eyes.
Típico barril que explota. Que nos ayuda mucho en los videojuegos.
Hey, buddy.
What? The Expanse. Pre-alpha gameplay. Tiene pinta de ambicioso.
Glad you're still breathing.
Ojalá no sea un protocolo Calisto. Ojalá. Que aunque tiene malas críticas, lo jugaré. Para ver si es tan malo como se dice. Lo dudo. The Expanse o Series Reborn.
What a way to start the show! The Expanse Osiris Reborn is an action RPG crafted in Unreal Engine 5, where you can immerse yourself in the universe of the beloved TV series. Make sure it's on your wish lists.
Sounds pretty awesome. And we're treating you to another world premiere right now and swapping sci-fi for fantasy in
Another
the
one.
process. So let's take a look.
No sé si ha dicho el título, que con la coña de Another One. No lo he escuchado.
I used to swear by
Parece un
my
personaje
father's
sacado
oath
de God of War Ragnarok.
to protect the wards is to protect our people. And if it claims our lives, what's one life lost for the sake of the many?
And now,
Tiene
what do you
pintaza,
swear by today?
The only one that matters is my brother. And I will kill the people who took him from me.
Tiene pintaza,
Rin, take my hand! Rin!
I hear not the clamor of conquerors. Pestilence must be.
Que siga con este nivelazo Future Game Show.
Your father was right about one thing.
Que no decaiga.
The wards are breaking. And should we fail, it may spell another end.
Echoes of the End. Me lo apunto. Vaya si me lo apunto. Y viene este
We're
verano,
thrilled to
sale este
reveal
verano.
Echoes of the End, a narrative-driven fantasy adventure coming later this year.
But the fun doesn't stop there. Here's another world premiere.
It's important to
Otro.
note that this is your very first look at the game, but from what I can tell, there's evil residing in these woods.
De estilo japonés, ambientado en Japón, por lo que hemos visto. Es un gameplay pre-alpha, o sea que estará mucho más avanzado el juego ahora. No sabemos si mucho o poco, dependiendo cuando salga, si este año o el que viene o el siguiente. Pero pintaza tiene también. 3 World Premiere. ¡Qué locura! Juego de terror japonés, dime lo que es. ¡Oh! ¡Ay, ay, 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 ay! ¡Ay, ay, 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 ay! ¡Ay, ay, 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 ay! Como salga Samara, la niña del pozo, juegazo. No, no, no lo cortes ahí. ¡No lo cortes ahí! Vale, te despierta en el bosque sin memoria. Con la sensación del que algo te está observando. Intenta recordar. Y encontrar la vuelta a casa, ¿no? Whispers in the fog. Fog, no fuck. Ojito. Pero escúchame, no me has enseñado un enemigo, no me has dicho de qué trata el juego.
An isolated cabin in the woods. What could possibly go wrong? That was your first look at Whispers in the Fog.
It's a psychological horror game from a supremely
Le he
talented
dicho
solo
bien,
developer.
fog.
Be sure to give it a wish list if you like what you see.
Eso que no había
Next
dicho
up,
esa
we've got a
palabra.
trailer for an open-world action RPG
No lo
based
había
on the beloved
pronunciado.
anime, The Seven Deadly Sins. Let's check it out.
Check it out. Esto es de un anime, ¿verdad? Este lo vimos en la conferencia de Geoff Keighley. Anime y Shadow of the Colossus. The Seven Deadly Sins. Origin.
The Seven Deadly Sins Origin is coming soon to PC and PS5, but you can pre-register now at 7origin.netmarble.com.
Okay, it's time to learn about what's coming in Season 7 of free-to-play Directo shooter, The Finals. Let's take a look.
The Finals, juegazo.
Welcome to the future of the finals!
The pressure's
Where have you been?
Sup it
Then
up.
just stick around.
And not that you need any more reasons, but it's time to move on and talk about hurdling, a shepherd simulator with a whole lot of soul. Let's find out when you can get your hands on it.
Simulador de pastor. Hostia. Ir guiando al rebaño. Ojito, puede estar interesante. Desde luego que no hay juegos así. Hacia el Everest. Headline. Hay una demo. A lo mejor la pruebo.
Hurdling launches later this year, but you can try guiding those adorable calicorns right now by downloading the demo, which is out now on Steam. What's next, Laura?
Sleep Awake, which is anything but cute. It's a first-person psychedelic thriller that explores the realm between slumber and death. This game is helmed by Corey Davis of Spec Ops, The Line, and Robin Fink of Nine Inch Nails.
Oh, let's take a closer look then.
I cannot sleep.
In-game
I cannot
capture.
sleep. I must not sleep.
Vale, esto sí es gameplay. Blumhouse Games. Ojo. Buena compañía.
Come along.
This way.
Andar por tus pesadillas.
Ignoring me now, dear, are you? This is all perfectly natural.
I am awake!
Resisting the inevitable.
El objetivo será despertar, ¿no? De las pesadillas.
Give me your eyes, dear.
Sleep Awake 2026. Wow.
Sleep Awake is coming soon, so drop it on your wish lists.
We've got a developer presentation for Reacciono, The Stolen Dream, up next. It's a cinematic isometric stealth game set in the year 1900.
Oh, isn't that the year you were born?
I am a few months younger than you, Laura.
I don't think so. No.
I must find her
He's all I've got.
Fable?
before he does.
No. que aparecía la
Directo is a
personaje
game
principal,
set in kind of a
Fable.
fantasy version of the early 1900s, and it has a Scandinavian
este era el
themed
de-
style to it.
el
I
del
would
reloj,
describe it
¿no?
as a stealth puzzle
estoy colando,
game with a
me
very
estoy colando, me estoy
strong
colando.
emphasis on story, where you play up to 3 playable
sabía ese
characters that you
juego.
switch between, and they have their own special abilities that you need to use together to kind of solve situations and puzzles in a kind of interlaced way where everyone's involved.
It's in this setting of a Scandinavian nature, which not only resonates with me, but with the rest of the world because it's so unique. It's always nice to see something new that people can relate to.
So I've worked a lot with like lighting and
buscarlo a ver
3D
si me
rendering,
acuerdo el nombre.
cinematic lighting, stuff like that. So Anders showed me the rendering of one of the movies.
Para
It
que lo
just
sepáis
floored
a
me.
cuál
I
me
thought it
refiero.
was so beautiful. Then he said, okay, so Tio, what I want from you is I want you to make this look even better.
We play tested the game a lot, and what people
Hola,
usually
Sinai, ¿cómo
say
estamos?
is that it feels like I'm
¿Todo bien?
playing a movie, but in a great way. River and Games was based on the idea that if you have the right mix of people, then perhaps a really small team can still make something that's actually pretty cool.
How is this made by 16 people? Like, why is this quality so high?
A little now and then I sit down in the couch
Era
and
algo
I just
como de
enjoy a
clock.
fresh build. The story just
O
gets
clock.
to perform. You're just drawn right in. It's a magical feeling.
I'm really excited for players to just
Relevancia,
discover this
fecha de
world.
lanzamiento,
Directo is
relevancia.
coming to Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, and Epic Game Store. And we
Hostia, ni
have
idea,
an
tú.
exclusive trailer that we're about to show you that will reveal
Ni idea.
the release date. I
Ah.
hope you enjoy.
F. No lo encuentro. Modo sigilo, me gusta. Eric Shorm, The Stolen Dream. 15 de julio de este año. God.
Thank you so much to our friends at River End Games for that window into the world of Ericsson. It's coming to PC, Xbox, and
Todo bien, me alegro
PS5
mucho.
on July 15th.
So go wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Games Store. All right, now we've got a new trailer for a cel-shaded shooter with gameplay inspired by the Stalker series. Here's the latest trailer for The Explorator.
El maligno. Como el juego de Mickey Mouse en blanco y negro, pero con colorido. Shooter también. La misma cámara. The Explorator. El explorador. Ya está el Early Access en PC.
The Explorator is launching into early access today, so go check it out on Steam and support the developers on the road to launch.
Constance is up next, a Metroidvania where you wield the power of a paintbrush to escape a decaying inner world.
Live into my interests.
El primo de Hollow Knight. Constance. 24 de noviembre.
Constance is coming to PC on November 24th, but there's a demo available on Steam if you want to go give it a go after the show.
Those of you who have tuned in before will know that during every future game show, we create a trio of deep dives into some of the most exciting upcoming games. Our ones to watch, you could say.
First game we're tackling for the summer showcase is Titan Quest II. Now, fans have been waiting since 2006 for a sequel to Iron Lore's cult classic action RPG, and the good news is, it's right around the corner.
So let's dig into the details with the help of Grimlore Games.
Titan Quest 2.
Tell us the whole story. Tell us about hope.
Titan Quest II is kind of your Diablo-esque action RPG, but it's set in ancient Greek mythology. You really can immerse yourself in what you associate Greece with. You'll be fighting these mythological monsters, some of which we came up with ourselves, some of which are from Titan Quest I. Greek mythology also has become very much part of pop culture in the last 2 decades. Some other games have had great success with this, and we thought that we have this great IP on our hands, why not use it? In Titan Quest II, you'll be playing as a rather unknown hero character. You're not really a hero yet. You're honestly just training to be a capable fighter. You have a master called Aristotle. She's from Sparta and used to be a priestess of Nemesis, as you'll find out later. You will build up your own worth over time as you prove yourself in front of the gods. Gameplay-wise, Titan Quest II is very much a classic ARPG. But we've got our own twists in there with like the mastery system, for example, where you merge 2 masteries into one instead of just being given classes. So you have to find these little entanglements that you can have between the 2 masteries, these synergies, and make the best use of them possible. From there, you can take your character in multiple directions. Mixed classes is something we support quite a lot, actually. But the core fantasies of just a tanky warrior, of course you're gonna have that. You can take your character in many directions, and choice is at the core of our game. Your abilities will be modifiable, so each of them has like these several modifier choices that you can equip into your skill. This is our little innovation in this space. We are not going to be doing any microtransactions in this game because we don't believe in that form of monetization in general. We will be doing traditional DLC, however. So after the 1.0 launch, we'll be putting out larger DLC packs.
Que sea bueno el que tiene habilidad, no el que
chapters,
compra
so
mejoras.
more content in general, bosses, creatures, areas, and masteries, of course. So Titan Quest II will be coming to Steam Early Access very soon. You can wishlist it now already. And we're looking for a summer timeline for this. And then later, the other platforms.
Titan Quest 2.
Titan Quest 2 is coming soon, and you can wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Games Store. Wait, legendary actor Yui Lowenthal?
The Spider-Man to my MJ? What are you doing here?
Hey guys.
Hey man.
I was just, wandering the sound stages, taking in the sights and smells, and then I heard you guys making noise about video games out here, and I thought I'd join in.
Okay, well, I mean, since you're already here, why don't you take the next trailer? Well, right?
I mean, if that's okay with you guys, I don't
No,
wanna...
no, it's great. Work your magic. We'll just be over here.
All right. Well, get ready, folks, because it's time for another world premiere. This one's a follow-up to a beloved puzzle adventure that launched back in 2020.
World premiere.
I have seen things that should be forgotten. I've tried to escape my past. I've had enough of death and madness.
Tiene pinta de que hay que buscar un misterio y resolverlo.
Some now search for answers in the far reaches of the world. For shocking secrets and dizzying marvels. For there lies upon this world of man a mocking and incredible
Call of the
shadow
Elder Gods.
out of time.
Saldrá pronto, pero no te dicen cuándo.
Call of the Elder Gods, starring yours truly, is a Lovecraftian narrative puzzle adventure coming soon to PC and consoles. So get it on your wish lists ASAP.
So you weren't just wandering the lot then?
I mean, I was, but then, it's called marketing, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Classic marketing.
Classic.
Anyway.
All right, catch you later.
Bye.
I gotta wander.
Hell yeah, thanks for coming, man. Bye. See you, bye. Okay, so while I go make sure there's no other voice actors hiding on set, we'll throw it out to some back-to-back trailers.
I'll stay here.
Free bio course. How hard could it be? Hard.
We found paradise. We got company. Who wants?
No, esto creo que no es. Esto creo que no es. No, esto tampoco,
Narrative puzzle adventure coming soon to PC and consoles. So get it on your wish lists ASAP.
So you weren't just wandering the lot then?
I mean, I was, but then, it's called marketing, Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Classic marketing.
A ver, en directo.
Anyway.
All right, catch you later.
Bye.
I gotta wander.
Hell yeah, thanks for coming, man. Bye. See you, bye.
Skip it.
Okay, so while I go make sure there's no other voice actors hiding on set, we'll throw it out to some back-to-back trailers.
I'll
Vamos a
stay
hacer
here.
como que no ha pasado nada y ya está.
Free bio course. How
Aquí.
hard could it be?
Aquí nos hemos quedado. Tiene buena pinta, te enfrenta a jugadores, a monstruos. Está full rojo también.
It's like capture the flag on crack.
Welcome to Veil of the Witch, a turn-based tactical RPG with a roguelite twist. You play as Ash, a shipwrecked castaway with no memories and a big-ass sword.
Let's see if I remember how to use it.
5 years after a bloody civil war, you wake up trapped on a mysterious island filled with monsters, cultists, and a whole lot of zombies.
Suffice to say, this whole island is a madhouse.
Combat in Veil of the Witch is built for hardcore tactics fans, with an emphasis on speed and brutality. That means a small party, tight battle maps, and enemies that can drop you in just a few hits. To stand a chance, you'll have to master each ally's unique kit, whether that's frontliner Marco, glass cannon caster Laurent, or backstabbing cutthroat Emil.
¿Se ha escuchado eso o no?
All your abilities work on a cooldown, so you'll have to think smart and learn to juggle. You can also level up and unlock new skills right in the middle of battle. Surrounding this rock-solid core is a branching, roguelike structure focused on skill in the face of unpredictable challenges. Face off against cool bosses.
Burn! Beacon of the dead!
Get your shit wrecked. Then head back to town, where you can unlock upgrades, chat with allies, craft equipment, and more. And if you're real nasty, take on trial mode for bigger challenges and better rewards. Fight, die, rise again, stronger, then come back and conquer. Lost Eidolons, Veil of the Witch. Early access available now on Steam, and coming soon to Xbox, PS5, and Nintendo Switch.
Ni tan mal. Popcorn. A ver, un juego sin más.
Can anyone hear me?
Dispatch to Unit 1.
Sálgase de ahí.
Unit 1 to dispatch. Copy.
Va a oler a pollo quemado.
Break that door open.
Juego multiplayer de apagar incendios. Como idea está guapa, ¿eh? Pero es el típico juego que te cansa enseguida.
Found one of the victims. Please get me out of here.
Heroes. The world is full of them.
¿Qué está pasando?
Sons and daughters of farmers with too much bravery
Está roto el
and
directo.
not enough wisdom. So some say. But what is a hero without a princess to save? Without dragons to slay? Nothing. That's where you come in. As an agent at the Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs, you will ensure everything is as it should be for the hero's arrival.
Inside this cave, you'll find a necromancer who, according to our reports, is a complete and utter embarrassment to the story.
The book is titled Hell Gates Anew, Your First Ritual Sacrifice.
As it turns out, putting the soul of a demon inside of a skeleton is a touch more tricky than you might imagine.
¿Qué está pasando?
Hear me?
¿Qué está pasando?
Dispatch to Unit 1. There's an ongoing fire.
Unit 1 to dispatch. Copy.
¿Se han dado cuenta del error?
Break that door open.
¿Qué está pasando? ¿Qué está pasando?
Princess to
¿Qué está pasando? Nos están
Without
troleando.
dragons to slay. Nothing.
Bro.
That's where you come in. As
La
an
gente
agent
se
at the Bureau
descojona.
of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs, you will ensure everything is as it should be for the hero's arrival.
Inside this cave, you'll find
Por favor,
a
enséñame el
necromancer
tráiler
who,
bien.
according to our reports, is a complete and utter
Por favor.
embarrassment to the
El
story.
de los bomberos. Que si no se van a cabrear.
The book is titled Hell Gates Anew, Your First Ritual Sacrifice.
As it turns out, putting the soul of a demon inside of a skeleton is a touch more tricky than you might imagine.
We, the members of the United Builders
Es
Union
como
of
muy
Enchanted Settlements,
infantiloide,
hereby
¿no?
announce a
Esto.
strike, effective
Un
immediately.
juego de Peggy 3.
Here with their cushy job in their clipboard that decides if we have
Es un
to
estilo
do their
al
work.
del
A
de
dragon
Pumpkin.
attack? That is not
Muy
in the
family
budget.
friendly.
But what is a story without
No,
a
no
good
tengo
hero
culpa
at
yo.
its helm?
Es la transmisión que
With
está...
one unsanctimonious swing, you lop his head off. It hardly felt good, but incompetent evil is still evil.
Deben de haber tenido algún error. Mira,
Happy to welcome you.
calabazas.
Newest
He dicho
agent to the
pumpkin
cause.
y han aparecido.
Wish list the Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs today.
Oh, that's one for the critters. The
Parking
Bureau of
ticket.
Fantastical and Arcane Affairs is coming later this year.
And now for something completely different. This one's for the fans of shooters, anime, and Y2K aesthetics.
That's me.
Otro World Premiere.
弾が尽きるまでが
Otro juego animesco. Escúchame, tremendo arsenal tienes ahí, ¿no? Este, por ejemplo, sí tiene pinta de... ¿Qué está pasando? Microtransacciones, de pagarte, de comprarte armas, skins y demás.
But what is a story without a good hero at its helm? With one unsanctimonious swing, you
Eso sí,
lop
el
his head
día-
off. It hardly felt good, but
Eso sí, el día
incompetent
que ver
evil
una
is still
peli de
evil.
terror te pone ver un juego Peggy 3 años. ¿Cómo?
We are happy to welcome you.
Que pasan de
Newest
un juego de
agent to
terror
the
a un
cause.
juego de Peggy 3 años.
Wish list the
No he entendido
Bureau of
eso.
Fantastical and Arcane Affairs today.
Macho, ¿qué le está pasando hoy al
Oh,
stream
that's one
este?
for the critters. The Bureau of Fantastical and Arcane Affairs is coming later this year.
And now for something completely different.
¿Qué
This
le
one's
está
for the
pasando
fans
a
of
esto,
shooters,
tío?
anime, and Y2K aesthetics.
That's me.
¿No me tapa mucho? ¿Se me escucha bien? Señor Lee.
弾が尽きるまでが愛よ
Que me da la sensación que está súper fuerte. Pero no está tan fuerte. Como family friendly, ¿no? Me refiero.
それができないあんたなら
2026.
Waifu Tactical Force is a 3v3 anime shooter coming soon to PC. But you
Waifu
can jump into the open
Tactical
playtest
¿qué?
on Steam after the show.
Now we've got a trailer for an action platformer inspired by the ancient
Un juego
art
de
of
waifus
paper
y
folding.
disparos.
Let's take a look at Hirogami.
Este lo vimos también. Tiene buena pinta, diferente, al fin y al cabo. Puedes transformarte en diferentes seres. En una rana creo que te podías convertir. En todo lo que se puede hacer con origami. Un avión, un sapo, un gorila. De todo. Ahora están mostrando un poquito más. Cuidado con los malos. Hirogami. Hay una demo en Steam, por si queréis jugarlo. Y sale este año, el 3 de
Hirogami is coming to
septiembre.
PC and PS5 on September 3rd. Fold it into your wish lists on Steam and the Epic Games Store. And check out the free demo, which is available on Steam.
Okay, time for an update on Eve Frontier. This is CCP Games' Spacebound Survival MMO.
Eve Frontier.
Eve Frontier is an invitation for everyone that have had the idea in their brain to make a game. And often the best way to make a game is to start and modify an existing game. We have now created an MMO server-side modding platform, and we offer an invitation to you to come and build with us. You can build tools, you can build worlds, you can do so many things. And this is a great way to start your game development adventure by sort of playing around in the amazing survival space horror sandbox we have created. When we made Eve Online, we very much wanted to make a sandbox experience where most of the things and the infrastructure in the game would actually be built by players. But we did build quite a bit of it ourselves. Seeing what emerged from Eve, especially when it comes to the third-party development ecosystem, we could actually give a lot more agency to players to literally build the world. So as we go through this process of stripping down to a survival game, we are on the other hand building up an amazing modding platform. Basically what Eve Frontier enables third-party developers is to mod the actual server, creating additional software that both read and writes the world state. And that, I think, will enable something truly astounding that has never been seen before. But this is very much inspired by the third-party ecosystem that is developed around Eve Online. We are basically supercharging that with the smart assemblies and the modding platform we're built into Frontier. And what we have seen so far in our various hackathons and events, and what we've just seen in the sort of builder community overall, absolutely delivers on that vision in spades.
Founder access for Eve Frontier is available now, and you can head to evefrontier.com to jump in and find out more. What's up next, Laura?
We have a brand new trailer for Formula Legends, an arcade racing game that covers the history of motorsport.
Tremendas naves. Tiene pinta de típico juego multiplayer. Pero gráficamente no está mal, ¿no? En la cámara no me gusta. Debería ser más cerca. Entiendo que tendrás la oportunidad de cambiarte la cámara a como tú prefieras. Puedes elegir si blandas, medias o duras las ruedas. Ah, pero la cámara no me convence, ¿eh? No, está muy alta y muy lejos. Tiene que estar más baja y más cerca. Formula Legends.
Formula Legends is racing towards release on PC and consoles, but you can play the demo now on Steam and also wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Games Store. But for now, let's keep it rolling with our Ones to Play section, which is a future game show staple. It's a montage of exciting games that you can play on Steam right after the show.
So, if you like what you're looking at, don't hesitate to download a demo and dig in.
First up is Catastrophe. This is an action roguelike where you play as a kitty abducted by aliens and repel enemies with your trusty sidekick,
like
the
siendo un
Star
gatete.
Cursor. Players can mod Polo's abilities to settle on a unique playstyle and pick their route through a series of interstellar environments.
Next up, we've got Phase Zero,
estilo
a
Resident Evil.
survival horror throwback with fixed cameras and immersive pre-rendered environments. A menacing illness has descended on the town of Flint Peak. Can you solve puzzles and tango with monsters to make it out alive?
Or what about Bloodgrounds? It's a gladiatorial roguelike with a city builder twist. You'll recruit, train, and command a crew of warriors in strategic turn-based battles, then develop a coastal city in the interim. Carve your name into the annals of history and spill buckets of blood in the process.
Last but not least, we've got How to Escape, Lost Submarine. With one player on PC or console and the other using a mobile companion app, you'll communicate and collaborate to complete puzzles and stop the outbreak of war. No pressure. That was our Ones to Play montage. Be sure to follow up on anything that caught your eye.
But let's keep on sailing with another exclusive trailer for a naval combat simulator set in the late 18th century.
Se vienen.
Every voyage begins with a plan.
Fuego.
A vision etched on parchment.
La cinemática increíble, pero escúchame, ¿cómo es el juego?
Or downfall.
¿Juego de estrategia con barcos
It is in our
o
nature to conquer what
primera
others fear.
persona? ¿Puedes controlar el barco, salir,
Death and dishonor.
encañonar a
Fame,
los otros
fortune.
barcos y demás?
The life of a sea
Cambia mucho.
captain is one of duty and relentless pursuit. True riches are not in gold and jewels, but in the stories we bring back and the legend we become. We arrive, but never at our final destination. So we chart our next course. We sail. We fight. We endure. For the voyage is life. And life is the voyage.
Tú ves este tráiler y dices, vale, tiene buena pinta, pero ¿cómo va a ser en realidad este juego? Va a ser estrategia. A hoy.
Join the crew today on Kickstarter.
Pero muéstrame gameplay, guacho.
Check out the funding drive for Ahoy at ahoy.gg/Kickstarter. And you can also wishlist the game on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
The spotlight montage is up next, so say goodbye to our corporeal bodies and hello to our disembodied voices.
What Matt means to say with that gothic vocabulary is that we'll be back on stage once we've talked you through some super cool games.
That's what I meant. Flickshot Rogue is a turn-based strategy roguelike where you trade tactical trick shots for devastating damage. Across a constantly shifting cartoon peninsula, players will trigger explosive combos and commit to game-changing upgrades. It's coming to PC later this year. You can try it for yourself ahead of time by checking out the free
Habrá que
demo
esperar
on
a ver.
Steam. Now let's take a look at Under Par Golf Architect, an all-in-one simulator where you mold
esta foto
terrain
y
to
dices,
create
vale, tiene buena
world-class
pinta.
courses and then try
Va a
them
poder
out
controlar el
firsthand,
barco y
as
demás.
well as placing the green and
que
obstacles between.
no te
You'll
enseña
manage
mucho.
staff, budgets, and customers on your way to crafting a golfer's
No te
paradise.
enseña mucho.
It's coming soon to PC and consoles, but you can wishlist it now on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
Ascend to Zero is up next. It's a hack-and-slash roguelike where you play as the last surviving human of a devastated world. To help with that unfortunate predicament,
Buena escena
you
como
can
los
freeze
juegos del
time to
móvil, que sale
anticipate
buena
attacks
escena,
and
pero
topple
después
voxel monsters.
es una birria.
Ascend to Zero is coming soon to PC, but in
Check
the
out the funding drive for Ahoy at ahoy.gg/Kickstarter. And you can also wishlist the game on Steam or the Epic Games Store.
The spotlight montage is up next, so
Está roto
say
este
goodbye to
directo,
our
eh.
corporeal bodies and hello to our disembodied voices.
What Matt means to say with that Gothic vocabulary is that we'll be back on stage once we've talked you through some super cool games.
That's what I meant. Flickshot Rogues is a turn-based strategy roguelike where you trade tactical trick shots for devastating damage. Across a constantly shifting cartoon peninsula, players will trigger explosive combos and commit to game-changing upgrades. It's coming to PC later this year, and you can try it for yourself ahead of time by checking out the free demo on Steam.
Now let's take a look at Under Par Golf
Tycoon.
Architect, an all-in-one simulator where you mold terrain to create world-class courses and then try them out firsthand.
Probé hace poco un
As well as
Tycoon
placing the green and
de-
obstacles between, you'll
de un
manage
parque de
staff,
atracciones.
budgets,
Muy
and
guapo.
customers on your way
Muy
to
guapo.
crafting a golfer's paradise. It's coming soon to PC and consoles, but you can wishlist it now on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
Ascend to Zero is up next. It's a hack-and-slash roguelike where you play as the last surviving human of a devastated world. To help with that unfortunate predicament, you can freeze time to anticipate attacks and topple voxel monsters. Ascend to Zero is coming soon to PC, but in the meantime, you can check out the free demo on Steam and drop it onto your wish lists.
Or how about Animal Kind? This is a cozy cooperative town building game where you play as a crew of adorable critters in mech suits. Players will use their
Juego cooperativo,
industrial-grade
parece.
opposable thumbs to scavenge the landscape for materials and establish a community of cute creatures. Animal Kind is coming soon to PC. But if you head to the Steam page, you can sign up for the alpha playtest, which is arriving in July.
Next up is Don't Wake the Beast, but the developers have sent over an intricate overview, so I'll sit this one out.
Es como Nintendo
Hi,
2.
my name is
No
Timek.
conozco el juego.
I'm the game designer and producer behind Don't Wake the Beast. Don't Wake the Beast is a stealth roguelike in which your goal is to steal as many treasures as possible and run away from the beast. The tricky part is that each treasure has its weight, and the more you pick up, the more noise you generate. But when you fail, there's always another run. My game will feature 4 biomes, all with unique mechanics and beasts. It's scheduled to release in 2026.
We're rounding things out
despierte a la
with
bestia.
Worship, a cultist simulator where you try your best to bring about the end of the world. Inspired by Pikmin, this cute and creepy multiplayer roguelite tasks you with performing blood rites and recruiting followers to please the old ones. It's coming soon to PC, and you can wishlist it on Steam.
That was our Spotlight montage. We hope you enjoyed the Summer Showcase selection. Laura?
Oh, it's time for an update on Scum, the survival shooter with poop mechanics.
What?
Not as in like they're bad, no. Just like you have to manage your bowel movements to survive.
Oh, I might actually learn something. I love video games.
¿Juego de zombies?
Peggy
Me
18.
gusta. Me gusta, me gusta, me gusta. No me lo enseñes que ya me gusta. Scum. Buena actualización. Oye, tío, que me cago. Venga, vamos a esperar el PvP. Vamos a echar tremendo petardo. La experiencia 1.0.
If those inspired reviews have grabbed your attention, then we're here to help.
Yep, you can head to the link on screen right now for a chance to win one of 100 keys for Scum 1.0.
And if you're not one of the lucky winners, then you'll just have to jump in with the rest of us when it launches on June 17th.
Now, our next game is a squad-based survival shooter where you dodge deadly dinosaurs. Here's the latest trailer for Death Ground.
Deadly dinos are on the loose in Death Ground. Whether you dare to enter solo or in a squad of up to 4 players, you must do everything you can to survive in these dinosaur-infested abandoned
Vale muy bien que haya
Could you survive?
una versión solo YOLO.
Hi, we're Jaw Drop Games, the indie dev team behind Deathground.
The main threat you'll need to avoid is the raptors, specifically Utah raptors. So unlike velociraptors, which are much smaller, they measure around 7 feet tall. I'm about 5'3", so that's a pretty menacing height comparison for me.
We've spent most of our development time taming them, and it's been a huge challenge because...
How do you get something that size with that tail to behave all in multiplayer?
Exactly. Of course, there'll be other dinosaurs for you to deal with. The #1 culprit for causing chaos is the Compsognathus, aka the Compy.
What might look like a decent hiding space for you as players
Los
might
pequeños
actually
tienen pinta
be
de
a
ser
refuge
malos,
for these little creatures, putting the terror in
muy
territory.
porculeros.
As for other species, you may spot the Allosaurus,
Tiene un rollo
Brachiosaurus,
Alien,
and
Alien
Triceratops
Isolation.
roaming around in the background.
And the next thing you know,
Con el
you're
radar y
being chased
todo.
by a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
There are multiple maps and missions that will be playable at launch. Mission Command, the single-player tutorial and introduction level.
Geothermal, where you'll need to repair everything so you can restart the power plant.
Agricultural, which has become a little bit overgrown and it is in need of some weeding.
And biomedical, which is my personal favourite, where you'll have to sneak in and steal raptor eggs. You know, for science.
Each mission is replayable and is an important piece of the puzzle. Each detail or collectible that you come across will help you unlock the lore and discover the truth about the disastrous events of the past.
Deathground is launching on Steam Early Access this year. Keep a lookout for our roadmap.
Sale este año.
Deathground is launching into Steam Early Access later this year. Keep an eye out for roar news on that front.
I am refusing to acknowledge that pun, so let's move on with our second Ones to Watch deep dive, shall we? Here's Rogue Factor to tell us more about the studio's new weird action-adventure game, Hell Is Us.
Este sí es Hell Is Us.
What happened here? Madness and hatred and lots of it.
Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan Jacques Belated, and I am the Executive Creative Director and Executive Art Director on Hell Is Us here at Rogue Factor. So the game that we've been developing for pretty much almost 5 years now is a game called Hell Is Us. So the game is definitely like an action-adventure game.
It is set in the world of Adia. It's a rogue state where there's a lot of really weird things happening. You play Remy. He was born there. Yeah, he was raised in a foster system in Canada, and he's going back basically to find answers.
This thing that games do now, contemporary games, where the adventuring is just, if you think about it, the exploration and the discovery, they're only there by theme. You had just been following marker after marker, and until the last marker is over your actual thing you needed to find. Almost all the variables connected to the exploration and connected to your discovery are given to you in a silver platter. So we look at it kind of like the inverse in our game because we got rid of all these things.
I remember chatting with John about the old Zelda games, how it was straightforward and like you had just enough to know where to go, but not too much.
It's basically how life works if you think about it, right? We basically orient ourselves by
Puede
sight,
hablar con gente
hearing,
y
and
todo.
what people tell us, right?
Será el comerciante, ¿no?
Once in the woods, follow the wind chimes. They will lead the way through.
You talk to NPCs and they're literally going to tell you a clue, right? So Rebecca and Jova, when she kind of hints you where the Owen convoy, the direction that it took, she says, I don't know where they went exactly, but I know they took the road that goes behind the weird monuments. And she says, you can see them from here. And as you're talking to her, behind her, quite far, you see some peculiar monument-looking thing. You're like, is that what she's talking about? Like, is that if I go, and then you go there and you see the road that turns, and it's maybe the convoy did come here. I think that's kind of very unique, and it works really, really well. Like any game, especially a game of almost 40 hours, sometimes it works better than others. No game is absolutely perfect, but it's very much it's the joy of exploration, the joy of discovery. Yeah.
The Abbey is closed. Official AAF business.
Of course, we can't talk about Hell Is Us without talking about our monsters. And the enemies, the limbic entities, are physical manifestations of human emotions, of human negative emotions. What does an emotion look like? Who knows? So we had many iterations. We ended up with these kind of like fractally, geometrically thingies, you know. So we have grief, ecstasy, terror, and rage. So the Hollow Walker represents a bit, it's just a husk. That's why we call it the Hollow Walker. And it's a bit like a facsimile of a human being who's felt this very strong negative emotion. And then they look like that because we tried a lot of things and they ended up looking like this, you know?
Está muy bien la ambientación.
So you'll be able to play Hell Is Us on September 4th, 2025 on
4 de
Xbox
septiembre.
Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and obviously PC.
Wishlist it now because Hell Is Us is coming to PC and consoles on September 4th.
All right, I think we're due another world premiere, don't you? This one's an action-adventure set in a drop-dead gorgeous cartoon world.
And it stars some very familiar faces.
Wait, is it us?
Maybe. Let's throw to someone who knows while I take this totally real phone call. Hello? Hi.
Hey Laura, hey Matt. I'm super excited to be back on the Future Game Show where I belong, and you are doing a fantastic job. Like I said to the producers when I was hosting, if you strike me down, this is live, isn't it? So yeah, New Tales reached out and I am officially in their game. Actually, seeing you just reminded me, they're looking for a killer writer who can also perform. Let me call Jasmine. Look, it's fine. You're doing great for time. Hey, Jazz.
Hi, Sam.
I've got a really cool gig. Want to join me in a game? If we're both in, I'm pretty sure Matt and Laura will be on board too.
Yeah, sure. I'll be in a game with you. But only if you're coming to the D&D group next week, because our party could really use a barbarian.
All right. I guess we're all doing this. That was easy. So let's check out exactly what we're getting ourselves into.
No tiene lógica lo que hemos visto, una gota de agua subir un río de lava, pero bueno, sí a todo. Fading Echo.
That's right, we're joining Samantha Bayard, yes, Karlak herself, and the awesome Jasmine Bular in Fading Echo, coming to PCs and consoles next year.
And you can wishlist it today on Steam or the Epic Game Store. Go, 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 go!
We got another block of back-to-back trailers up next. Let's dig in.
We have been blessed to live in times of peace, but our city is not without its enemies. The demons above and the beasts below.
Ese estilo retro, pero tiene muy buena iluminación y demás. Entra más por los ojos.
Through Shale, all things are possible. It's time the three of you learn the true purpose of the bishops. Listen up.
We recruit from the finest soldiers in the church, and still, 1 out of every 3 bishops doesn't make it past the first year.
Does it get easier after that? We gave you those robes for a reason. Damn, I love the church.
Juego de naves y disparos, me gusta. Old school. F. Truxton Extreme. Ha pescado un tiburón robótico. Ojo, para hacerte una espada. Muy lógico. Linked Banner of Spark. Juegazo, Goti. La colección de Joe and Mac. Un juego que acabo de descubrir, la verdad. Esto es demasiado lo oscuro. Será de los 90, ¿no? Algo así. Ah, que tiene una trilogía. Ah. Okay.
We're back, and you can wishlist all of those games by heading to the...
Ah, tú lo jugaste en el 91, ¿ves?
The Future Game Show's Steam page.
With that out of the way, it's time for a spine-tingling closer look at the next game from the minds behind Until Dawn.
Directive 8020 is about a deep space mission to save humanity and the shape-shifting alien who gets in the way. Let's throw it over to Supermassive Games to find out more.
Supermassive Games.
We are going to do this.
Juego de decisiones.
Lower the gun.
Not until you move from the scanner. Those things can change shape.
¿Será de The Dark Pictures? El Detective 8020 creo que es, ¿no? A ver. Directive, perdón. Directive 8020. Si es de Supermassive Games, es este juego.
Scan complete. Subject unidentifiable.
We need urgent assistance.
Va a ser.
Please.
Otro juego de Dark Pictures. 2 de octubre.
But what if that went differently? Hey, I'm Will Doyle,
Creative Director on Directo 2020, and I'm here to share with you a new feature that we've added for the first time in a Dark Pictures game. Turning Points is a new narrative system which allows you to go back and change the outcome of your choices. As with all our games, Directo 2020 has a branching story with multiple endings. You'll be able to track the choices and paths that you've taken in the game and see alternate paths that link to each of the major decisions that you've made. With Turning Points, you can rewind to a pivotal point or decision, collect missing collectibles, or see how different choices would have played out. By the same token, your actions matter in our games. If you want to live by your decisions, there's also a survivor mode setting that prevents you from rewinding, but still lets you view the decision tree. Turning Points will be available both digitally and physically for all copies of the game from when you start your very first mission.
Los personajes del The Dark Pictures, ¿cómo se llamaba? Lo jugué yo aquí, pero no me acuerdo.
Directive 8020 introduces the ability to rewind and change your choices to see the consequences of each branching
House
path.
of Ashes.
Coming to PC,
No me ha hecho falta ni
PlayStation,
buscarlo.
and Xbox in 2025.
Nice.
And if it's not on your wish list already, go fix that.
Our next game is just as scary, but for entirely different reasons. Cairn is a death-defying climbing simulator with a meticulous control scheme.
El primo de Husan.
Here's the game bakers to tell you more.
Cairn is what we call a survival climber.
Lo mostraron ayer.
The goal is to climb a mountain and reach a summit no one has ever conquered. You can climb almost anywhere, and the climbing mechanics are highly realistic. You'll need to carefully manage your balance and stamina. Make a mistake, and you'll fall and get hurt. For the first time, we are also showing what it's like to climb at high altitudes. When you get up there, you'll face ice walls that require you to use ice axes and spikes. But don't think you can just jam your tools into the ice. Ice climbing is precise. You'll need to aim for cracks and edges to get a solid grip. Cairn's realistic climbing system also supports mixed climbing. That means you can have one hand on the rock and the other using an ice tool. It's up to you to read the rock face and choose the most strategic route to the top. Cairn is coming up on PlayStation 5 and Steam later this year. You can already give it a try in the demo available on PC and PS5.
Hay demo, jugable.
Cairn is coming to PlayStation and PC later this year, and you can also check out a free demo on both platforms after the show. What's next, Matt?
We're mixing things up with a double bill of trailers. Here are two great games from our friends at Quali.
Corea está devastada. No hay vida. Otro Resident Evil. Un primo de Resident Evil. Dios. Ground Zero. Otro juego poligonal. ¿Por qué? Así la iluminación muy bien. Su fuerte no son los gráficos, pero la iluminación puede ser que sí. Ela. Ah, vale, este es Ela. ¿Y el anterior?
Hella is coming soon to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, so give it a wish list on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
Moving swiftly on, it's time for a look at Ludo. This is a psychological thriller where the protagonist is trapped inside their own home.
Por aquí tenéis cuando jugué la demo.
Peggy 18.
Juego de canarios, creo recordar. Que me disculpen si no son canarios, pero creería que sí.
Do you trust what you see? What you hear?
Os dejaré la demo por aquí.
What happens when everything starts to feel wrong?
Merece mucho la pena cuando salga, ya sabéis. Hay que jugarlo.
Seem, think. Like a trick.
Está muy bien hecho, ¿eh? Te pone en tensión todo el rato. Que al fin y al cabo es el objetivo de un juego de miedo. Ponerte tenso. Ludo. Este año, por favor. Este año. ¡Este año! ¡Este año! Hostia, una araña, tú. Espérate que la mato. Espérate que le voy a pegar tremendo zapatillazo.
Ludo is coming to PC, PS5,
No vas a ver
and
ni de
Xbox. In
dónde
the
le
meantime, you can wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
It's world premiere time again, and this next reveal arrives with an introduction from a very special someone.
Hello everyone.
Se fue con
I'm
San
excited
Pedro.
to be a part of Future Game Show 2025. There are so many amazing games coming out, and I'm very happy that I have a bit more time to play them these days. As many of you know, I have been a huge fan of the work of N-Dreams. Synapse is my favorite VR game of all time, and I'm honored to present this new groundbreaking title from the team. If you are at Summer Game Fest, I shall see you on the show floor.
Mucho gore como la película del director Tarantino. ¿Qué película? La araña con San Arañita. No era muy grande, pero escúchame, la mato. Que no me pique. Vamos a echar un poco para atrás, please. Ojo. Están pasando cosas. Nos han puesto por aquí.
Ludo is coming to PC, PS5, and Xbox. In the meantime, you can wishlist it on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
It's world premiere time again, and this next reveal arrives with an introduction from a very special someone.
Hello everyone. I'm excited to be a part of
Vale, otra vez
Future
nos ponen a
these
este
days.
pibe hablando.
As many of you know, I have been a huge fan of the work of N-Dreams.
Están teniendo
Synapse
muchos fallos, sí,
is
sí.
my favorite VR game of all time, and I'm honored to present this new groundbreaking
Arigato
title from the
gozaimasu.
team.
Arigato.
If you
Arigato.
are at Summer Game Fest, I
Arigato
shall
gozaimasu.
see you on the show floor at the N-Dreams booth. So, it is my pleasure to introduce you to Reach.
Ojo. Tiene pintaza. Elevation.
I'm ready for whatever. You won't find nobody better. I will bring the storm to you weather. You ready or not? Coming in.
Parece de VR, ¿no? A ver, estaría muy bien hecho si es de VR. Sería mucho mareo. ¿Qué está pasando, tío?
What a mystery.
To the annoyance of the duck detective, he is joined by a new partner in solving crime, Freddy the Crocodile. Work together to unravel the truth and nibble on the crumbs of justice. Right now, we're working on a simplified Chinese language update that is coming out later this year.
We're very excited for you to play. The game is out on Steam, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One and Series XS, and PlayStation 5. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Vaya lío, ya no sé ni lo que estoy viendo.
Duck Detective.
The ghost of glamping!
Duck Detective, the Ghost of Glamping, has already waddled its way onto PC and consoles, so go check it out if you haven't already.
Okay, we've had plenty of exciting premises so far, but how about a rhythm roguelike from the maestros behind Patapon?
Parece que ya no van a volver,
shoes, folks, because Ratatan is up next.
No, no me quites ese rolón. Oh, oh. Que no estamos en Ibiza, ¿eh? Voy a dejar de hacer el payaso, perdón. El mes que viene, a finales de mes,
Ratatan is coming to Steam Early Access on July 25th. But there's a free demo available on Steam if you want to give it a try.
And we're following that bombshell with a new trailer for Agatha Christie, Death on the Nile. An interactive 70s twist on the beloved detective mystery.
It's Poirot, don't you know?
Juego de detectives. Me gusta. Me gusta.
It's Hercule Poirot.
Anda que no molaría un juego, por ejemplo, de Orient Express o de ese estilo, ¿eh?
Monsieur Poirot, I guess you know why I asked you to come.
What do you suggest I do? And can you confirm that all the passengers are present for the meal?
Yes, we keep the list. Everyone is here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to disrupt what promised to be a beautiful day.
Un juego en un sitio donde no puedas escapar, como el Orient Express.
But we must stay calm if we want to find the culprit.
¿Existe algún juego ya?
I have a small idea
Elegir
of the
tú
situation.
quién crees que es
You got here quickly.
el asesino.
I've just finished my latest case. Okay, let's see what I can find.
Estaría
But
muy
someone is lying to me.
De hecho, voy a hacer un
It's a big
rastreator
case, Miss Royce.
a ver si hay algún juego
A
de
dangerous
del
one.
Orient Express.
What do we have here?
Thank you, Mr. Poirot. I'm now going to search each of you. Then there's still time to stop them before they strike
Que
again.
sí hay juegos de Agatha Christie.
Tomorrow, the day at least is
Este
here.
mismo es de Agatha
Every
Christie.
question must have its answer.
Agatha Christie, La muerte en el Nilo. Vale, vale,
Agatha
vale.
Christie, Death on the Nile is coming to PC and consoles in September
Hostia,
of 2025.
pues me lo apunto, este
But you
me lo
can wishlist
apunto.
it now on Steam or the Epic Game Store.
Okay, I don't want to build up this next trailer too much, but let's just
Obviamente me lo
say
apunto.
you're gonna flip.
Oh, the puns.
Tremendos ojos. ¡Ojo! Un mapa de Scooby-Doo en House Flipper. Y salen Scootuber.
Soinks, Laura! House Flipper 2 Scooby-Doo is meddling its way onto PC and consoles this Scootober.
Now we're starting to close in on the end of the show, but
Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
not before we show you our final ones to watch deep dive.
Our team behind the scenes visited the Hangar 13 office for an exclusive insight into Mafia, the Old
Mafia,
Country.
the Old
Here's some
Country.
gory details.
Me gusta lo que veo, me gusta lo que escucho. ¡Pof! Hay que pasarse el 2 y el 3 antes de que salga.
Mafia, the Old Country is both a prequel to the original Mafia trilogy, and it also sets things up for
No me
what
gusta el
might be
Mafia
to come
3,
in the
me da
future,
igual,
going
no lo
back to
veas, me lo voy a
1900
pasar.
Sicily, so the birth of not just
Cállate.
the Mafia game, but also the actual Mafia itself, back to where organised crime first really came from.
In Mafia the Old Country, you play as a character called Enzo Favara, who's an upcoming gangster trying to make his way in the Sicilian Mafia.
As a child, he's worked in the sulfur mines, sold there by his parents, a really horrible thing
Salía en verano, ¿verdad?
unfortunately happened back in those days. So he doesn't know family, he doesn't really know love. He escapes, he falls in with the Teresi crime
Real
family,
estate.
and then this game really, the
Agosto.
story shows his rise through the ranks as he goes from being this impoverished young man to a made man.
For Mafia the Old Country, we moved to Unreal Engine 5, which has really enabled us to do incredible things with the characters, with the landscapes, with the cinematics. Every single aspect of the game has undergone a significant graphical upgrade.
Mafia has always been about pushing the technology of its day to do the best in cinematic storytelling and exciting narrative gameplay. It really makes what's already an emotional story even more emotional and meaningful.
We've been able to capture incredible nuances in the mocap, in the acting, in all of the character performances. That's really helped us to bring our story to life. And as a little taste of what's in store, we've got a cinematic to show which shows a key moment in Enzo's story.
Peggy 18.
Silencio.
Come forward.
Venga, ven aquí, pipiolo. A hacer el juramento, crack. Te lo dije.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family.
Qué voz.
And in this family, we follow a code of honor. It's a way of life. A brotherhood.
You're here because of your deeds
Hermanos de sangre.
and the assertions of those who stand at your side.
This life is one of secrecy. If you make a friend, meet a woman, they must not know about our thing.
Las voces en castellano siempre son buenas en Mafia. Espero que no sea la excepción y que sean malas en este caso. Que sean igual de buenas.
To betray one is to betray all. Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family?
Yes, I do.
Then, before the eyes of all here present, join me.
Ahora cortecitos R7.
To become a man of honor, repeat these words.
Y le hace decir el juramento.
I swear my loyalty to this family.
I swear my loyalty to this family.
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome, Enzo.
Benvenuto, Enzo.
Benvenuto, Enzo. Benvenuto.
Salute.
Salute.
Y si te pillas
Take
la
a trip to
pre-order,
Sicily when
te
Mafia
llevas
the
una
Old Country
skin
lands
free.
on August 8th for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Next on our docket is a developer presentation for Tenet of the Spark. If you haven't seen it all over social media, this is a time-hopping brawler where you solve puzzles and crush enemies across 3 distinct timelines.
Hey, what's up? I'm Artem, the game director at Rogue Games, a small indie team scattered around the globe. We're making our first game, Tenet of the Spark. The true...
Ak, ¿cómo estamos? Gracias por el follow.
Loyalty to this family.
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
Se rayó. Ha vuelto a poner la escena esta de
Welcome, Enzo.
de mafia.
Benvenuto, Enzo.
Benvenuto, Enzo.
Benvenuti.
Benvenuto.
Salute.
Salute.
Benvenuti. Venga, va.
Take a trip to Sicily when Mafia the Old Country lands on August 8th for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Next on our docket is a developer presentation for Tenet of the Spark. If you haven't seen it all over social media, this is a time-hopping brawler where you solve puzzles and crush enemies across 3 distinct timelines.
Hey, what's up? I'm Artem, the game director at Rogue Games, a small indie team scattered around the globe. We're making our first game, Tenet of the Spark.
The true power of the spark!
It's a cinematic action where you fight bad guys over 3 timelines. Present day, the Viking Age, and the Aztec civilization. All at the same time. You got it, right?
Ancestor.
Qué guay. Puedes cambiar del presente al pasado con un
You have
vikingo.
to use all 3 characters to explore, deal with tricky enemy types, and solve puzzles. It also answers questions you thought you'd never ask. Like, how the hell does this black boxer have a Viking for the great-great-great-grandpa? Or why does this train car turn into a giant rock? And the biggest question is, why did they risk a role with such a difficult project? Because they
Mueves
wanted to play a
objetos en
game.
el pasado y afectan en el presente. ¿Qué le está pasando al directo, en serio?
Let your sacred light banish them.
Hola.
And I am to fall. Let my flesh turn to ash. So my soul may ascend
¿Juego de españoles?
to you.
Desarrolladora española.
Consumed in your flames for all eternity, now and forever. Crisol.
Tiene pinta, ¿no?
Holy moly, that looks good.
You're telling me. Crisol Theater of Idols is coming to PC, Xbox, and PS5 later this year, and your Steam wish lists in just a few moments, probably.
I hate to say it, Matt, but I think we've arrived at the final trailer.
Okay, well, how do you want to do this?
Okay, I'm thinking we both look into that camera right there,
Okay.
and we're both sad that the show's over. But it's okay, because that last trailer's really cool, and so the folks at home will be happy, and we've done a good job, I think. So, does that work?
You know, sounds perfect to me. Please enjoy our final world premiere.
El último ya.
Ooh, I liked it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Último world premiere.
Welcome, sisters, daughters of Hortus, to these blessed halls of Porthbarrow. You have been chosen, honored to the parish, to serve the will of Mother. So come, step forward. Let us see what flowers she's given us. Such radiant blooms. So full of promise.
Juego de miedo.
Now, I must confess a change in plans. You shan't be entering the garden today. Take heart, faithful ones. The garden must still be tended. And tonight, you will be sown!
Ritual Tides. Muestra algo más, tío.
No, hold on. I've got something to show you.
Claro. Enséñame algo. En PC y consolas.
I bet you didn't expect that, did you?
No, pero, escúchame. Eso es gameplay. Ah, en agosto. No. En agosto, no. Ahora.
A terrifying odyssey where you tango with
Ahora,
Lovecraftian
tío.
terrors. Wishlist it now because it's coming soon to PC.
We'll have the full gameplay revealed during the
Lo
next
veremos.
Future Game Show in August, so mark your calendars for that. However, that does mean we've reached the very end of this year's Summer Showcase.
Don't go anywhere though, because FGS Live from Los Angeles airs right after this, with even more exclusive trailers, developer deep dives, and world premieres.
We'd like to thank everybody who has tuned into the Summer Showcase, as well as the Dream-weaving developers who put their all into those
En
amazing
fin,
trailers.
espero que os haya gustado este pedazo de Future Show. Espero que os haya gustado este Future Game Show. La verdad que ha estado muy bien, mucho juego con bastante calidad y lo dicho, gracias por pasaros, dadle like, suscribíos si no lo estáis y nos vemos. Chao, chao. Nada, nos vamos a ir. Son las 11:30, no he cenado. He venido corriendo para poder...
No, hold on. I've got something to show you.
Para poder hacer el directo y me ha dado tiempo, la verdad. Lo dicho, mañana más y mejor. Tengo que subir vídeos, que ahora estoy subiendo más directos que vídeos. Mañana subiré 2 vídeos, así timidines. Chao, buenas noches.